Good day, everyone!
Before we begin, imagine that you are playing volleyball. The ball is coming towards you very quickly.
You need to see the ball, move your feet, position your arms, pass the ball, and prepare for the next movement. But how can your body do all of these things so quickly? Is it only because your muscles are strong? Actually, no. Movement depends on the cooperation of the nervous system, muscles, and sensory systems. Today, we will discuss human movement and motor behavior, including neuromuscular control, the nervous system, motor units, sensory system, and how these systems work together. Let us begin with human movement and motor behavior. Motor behavior focuses on how people control, learn, and develop movement. Human movement is not simply produced by arm muscles. It involves the nervous systems, sensory information, coordination, balance, posture, and the environment. This means that movement is a continuous process of receiving information, producing movement, and making adjustments. To better understand this, we have a student trying to catch a ball. The student needs to see the ball, estimate where it will go, move their body, position their arms, and catch it. So one simple action involves several processes: perception, decision-making, force production, timing, coordination, balance, and posture.
Neuromuscular control. Now let us move to neuromuscular control. Neuromuscular control refers to the coordinations between the nervous system and the muscles that allows us to start, control, and adjust movement. In simple terms, the nervous system communicates with the muscles so that we can move. A simple way to understand this process is perceive, decide, send signal, activate muscle, move, receive information, and adjust. This process happens very quickly and continuously during movement.
The nervous system plays an important role in movement. The central nervous system, mainly the brain and the spinal cord, helps plan, organize, and control movement. The peripheral nervous system carries information between the body and the central nervous system.
Motor units and force production. Another important concept is the motor unit. A motor unit consists of a motor neuron and the muscle fibers it controls. Motor units help produce the amount of force needed for a movement. For example, standing requires small and continuous muscle adjustment. Jumping requires greater force. Landing requires the muscle to produce and control force to keep the body stable. Therefore, movement is not only about having strong muscles. We also need to know when to activate the muscles, how to force to produce, and how to coordinate that force with the rest of the body.
Feed forward and feedback control. Movement is also controlled through feed forward and feedback. Feed forward control means preparing for an action before it happens. For example, when a volleyball player sees the ball coming, they prepare their body before the ball reaches them. And feedback control means using sensory information to make adjustments during or after movement. For example, if the ball suddenly changes direction, the player can adjust their position. In sports, these two processes work together. Athletes anticipate and adjust.
Now, how can we apply this as PE teachers? Imagine we are teaching students a volleyball forearm pass. Instead of only saying, "Put your arms together," We can teach students to read the ball, move early, establish balance, position the arms, and pass. This helps students understand the whole movement. It also teaches them to respond to the situations in.
Hello everyone, today I'll be discussing to you the sensory system. Sensory system is a part of the nervous system that detects information inside and outside the body. It sends information to the brain, and the body will understand the environment, maintain balance, control movement, and respond appropriately. There are 6 parts of the sensory system. First is the vision. Vision helps us to see object and track movement. The second it is the vestibular system. Helps maintain balance and body orientation. Third is the auditory information. Help us respond to a sounds and a signal. And the fourth is perception, tells us the position of body parts without looking. The fifth is the kinesthesia. Help us sense the movement of our body parts. And the last is the tactile information. It helps us to feel touch, pressure, and contact. And the overall it is the sensory system work together to help us move, balance, coordinate our actions, and respond effectively during physical activities and sports.
Proprioception and kinesthesia. Proprioception is our awareness of our body's position, movement, and force. For example, when you close your eyes and raise your hand, even without looking at it, you can still tell where your hand is. Proprioception helps with body awareness, coordination, joint control, and stability.
Vestibular information. The vestibular system is located in the inner ear. It provides information about head movements and our orientation in relation to gravity. It helps us maintain balance and posture. This is especially important in activities such as gymnastics, dancing, and sports involving turning or jumping. For example, a gymnast needs vestibular information to stay oriented while performing a rotation.
Tactile and auditory information. Tactile information comes from touch. For example, we feel our feet against the floor or our hands touching a ball. This information helps us control movement. Auditory information comes from sound. For example, runners respond to the starting signal, and a team sport, players respond to their teammates or coach. So, movement is guided by more than just what we see.
Sensory integration. The system works together. These sensory systems do not work separately. They work together through sensory integration. For example, when standing on one leg, we use vision to see our surroundings, proprioception to know our body's position, and vestibular information to help maintain balance. This is important in sport because athletes constantly receive changing information and must adjust their movements. Our main takeaway is, do not train only the movement, train the learner to perceive and adapt. As future PE teachers, we should not only teach students what movement to perform, we should also help them understand how to control their movements, use sensory information, and adapt to changing situations.